Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm starting today's video completely barefaced. Let's just zoom you out a little bit, closer. There we go. Please ignore my little fridge in the background. Yeah, I'm starting my video barefaced today because we are going to be testing out some skincare. Now, I've done skincare videos and things like that in the past. That's better. But this year I sort of made a resolution, promised myself that I would take better care of my skincare. I've always cleansed, took my makeup off, moisturised, just basic stuff like that, done the odd face mask, face scrub, but this year I really wanted to look after my skin properly. So I'm just gonna, obviously I've got a headband on, just gonna scoop my hair up so it doesn't get in the way. And these bowls are really good. They just the plain slinky elastic ones. These ones are just from Primark. These are just the cheap ones, but just to gather your hair up, just to keep it off your face, because obviously, I mean, I washed my hair earlier today. I don't want to be getting like face scrub or face mask or anything like that in it. So, the products that I am going to be testing today is this range, which is the Kaeso, I think that's how you say it, rebalancing collection. Now, I've used their products before, not in facial wise, but I have used manicure pedicure things. They are a professional range which I get from my local wholesalers, and I picked them up today for this whole kit, which I do get some trade discount on. Before VAT it was £14 and 10 pence, and then obviously VAT on top of that, but as I said, that is trade discounted. So I'm going to be trying that, and then I'm also going to be trying these. I thought looked really cute, and especially obviously during the winter we need to really hydrate the lips, and it's the cat's decided to play the toy. It is the Salon System Beauty Boost Lip Masks, and they have 3 treatments in them, so there's 3 little lip masks in them. They are for hydrating, plumping, smoothing and perfecting. They contain collagen, retinol and hyaluronic acid, so really plumping and hydrating for the lips. And it says that they target fine lines and wrinkles, which, yes, obviously I'm not too worried about my lips or anything, but it's just going to help with the moisturising of them, because even though you use a lip balm at this time of year, your skin, everything dries out because of the winter. So obviously I'm going to be trying out those as well. But let's start with the set. And now you get a cleanser, toner, moisturizer, exfoliator and a mask. And I'm going to try it all this time because I do need to do a face mask and everything anyway, so let's try out everything. Now when you open it, you get this little leaflet which has got everything about it. On the back it's gives you a little information about the company. Sorry, I'm a bit croaky today. It is paraben and sulfate free, so it's really good for the skin. It comes in 3 different ones, like 3 different gift sets. I've picked up the rebalancing one, which is obviously really good for oily combination skin. They have a hydrating one and a calming one, which I'm assuming the calming one will be very good for sensitive skin. So let's just flick to the rebalancing. Now if you're not sure, this little leaflet has information on all of them. So it's got hydrating, calming, rebalancing, and then it's got eye treatments, the masks, all different little bits about different products that they do. So obviously if there's something different you want to try that isn't in these, then obviously there is plenty of information about those. So the rebalancing one, it says key ingredients and benefits, moisturising range to tone, oily and combination skin, which is perfect for me because, as you can see, quite oily around the nose, forehead, and a little bit on the chin, but like the rest of my skin isn't overly oily or shiny or anything like that, so I have got combination skin. Now the key ingredients are willow bark, which is good for antibacterial and helps fight impurities, which obviously when you produce a lot of oil you can get a lot of breakout, which I do. As you can see, I've got a couple of scars on my chin. My skin is pretty clear at the minute, but I do have scarring from obviously where I've had breakouts in the past. It's got mallow, which actually I don't know a lot about, but apparently it's ultra moisturising and it helps to lock in the moisture, so I'm assuming it'll be something like hyaluronic acid, which obviously locks in or along the same properties as hyaluronic acid. And then it's also got cucumber, which cucumber is so good for like revitalising the skin, detoxifying, and it's got softening properties, which I didn't know. So obviously cucumber really good for quite a few different things actually. And then it just goes into a little bit more detail. It lists each of the individual products you get, and it tells you a bit more about the ingredients and things like that. With the cleanser, and it says apply to face and neck with fingertips, and then remove with a damp sponge, which I've filled up a bowl here with some warm water and a clean flannel, and then I've also got a clean face cloth. So let's, it does say obviously avoid contact with the eyes, which I'm going to do. So let's, it's like a cream, can we see? It's like a creamy one, so let's smell the cucumber in it. Now I've not had any makeup on today. I've just applied some SPF and some lip balm this morning after cleansing, so I don't need to like double cleanse or anything today. But obviously we're going to be doing a face scrub and a face mask anyway, so it's going to have plenty of goodness and getting rid of all of that rubbish. And don't be too rough, obviously, when you're removing cleansers and things like that, but just brush up. And then I'm just going to pat dry with that. That's a clean one, obviously. And then next I'm going to get, no, that's the toner. Let's get the scrubs out. Ooh. No! Okay, so what have we got here? This is the facial exfoliator, which also contains coconut oil. So obviously oils are really good for the skin, especially combination skin. People always think to avoid oils and serums, but when your skin is oily, what it's doing is pushing out all the extra moisture and all the deep down moisture, and that is why your skin is oily, because it's overproducing. So obviously you need to replenish that, put it all back in. So that is why it is still good to use your oils, serums, everything like that afterwards. Let me just grab this that's fallen on the floor. Okay, so I'm going to start by applying this exfoliator. Okay, so it doesn't smell too much of coconut. I'm just going to take what's on this lid and apply it onto my, that's cold, onto my face. So it's not like too, it's going to sound silly, it's not too scratchy, it's not overly exfoliating, it's quite a gentle one, which obviously we don't want to stimulate the skin too much into creating too many more oils. Because obviously what we're trying to do is rebalance it, which will make your makeup look and last longer and better. Then I'm just going to do the same thing with this and just remove that. As you can see, it's not left my skin, it's left it pink but not red or irritated or anything like that. One thing I will say, if you're testing out new products, please just either do like a test patch, make sure there's no any ingredients or anything that you're allergic to, because that could cause some problems. So let's just again pat down, and I've still actually got a little bit of that product on that lid, so I've used hardly any, and this is pretty much full. There's a little gap in it, but it's full, so it's definitely going to last me. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep up with this skincare routine, and then maybe a month or so down the line I will do another video and let you know how I'm getting on with it. But what I would say is not to use it not to use it every single day, to maybe use it when you're doing like your face mask, when you want to do a really deep cleanse and clean. I mean, look, you can see like that is not oily, that is my skin looking healthy and glowy already without doing anything else. So I would say do that maybe when you're going to do a face mask, just so that this face mask can grab out and pull out all the impurities, and it just gets rid of all that dead, horrible skin that obviously makes the makeup not look great. So let's go ahead and apply this face mask. Now this face mask, obviously with it being a salon face mask, I would say to maybe only use it once a week, alternate with something slightly less rich, because obviously these are more for facials that you would have in a salon or a spa or something. Now it's quite thick, and I am just applying it with this is actually an old foundation brush, and I just wash it in between every face mask, which I do apply most of my face masks with this brush. Remember to bring it down your neck, because your neck is a big part of your makeup routine, because obviously you put foundation, powder, everything like that on your neck as well, so it should also be a part of your skincare routine. If you put makeup on it, you should put your skincare on it. There we go. Obviously we don't need to go super heavy-handed with it or anything like that. It will still work as long as you've got a nice even coat all over your skin. And this one I would use for maybe, like I said, once a week, maybe even just as a treat every 2 weeks, because it is going to be a bit stronger strength. It does say to leave it to set, I think that's, yeah, 10 to 15 minutes. And as it does say here, apply liberally to the face and neck using a brush or a spatula. So as you can see, that is what I have done. So I will go off, probably go cook tea or start cooking tea, and I will be back in 15 minutes when this has set down, possibly. Like I say, we're testing, so let's see what my skin looks like when this is done. Okay, so I'm back, and as you can see, this face mask is near enough, like, I mean, I've still got it on. You can see, like, from here where it is, but the colour is, like, near enough, makes me look a bit ill, but it's, like, sunken into my skin. It's not super firm, like, you can still see it's firm, and it does feel tighter, but not tight like my charcoal one from Aldi. Yeah, so it hasn't dried in like this one. When I put this one on, I cannot move my face. I can't talk, I can't do anything. You've seen me with that one on. It's funny. But yeah, it doesn't dry down like that one, but it has, like, I can touch all of this and it's not coming off in my hand. Obviously this is where I applied it a bit thicker, just around these patches that haven't dried in, but the rest of it, there is nothing on my fingers, just where I've gone, wiped it. So let's rinse it off and see what my skin looks like. The only thing I think I don't like about the fact that it's dried like this is being able to see where you've taken it off. Because obviously, like the charcoal one, you can definitely see if you've left any of that on your face. But it's looking nice and brightening. I was just reading the little leaflet that came in it. A lot of the products have got witch hazel in, which are good, which is good even for reducing pores, which obviously your pores is what creates your, or produces your oil, should I say. So obviously if they're reduced, your oil is going to be reduced, and that is all what this rebalancing system is all about, reducing the amount of oil that is produced, because obviously your body is, or your skin is producing too much oil. But next, what I'm going to go in with, just make sure my hands are dry. Obviously we don't want to get any dermatitis or anything on our hands. So next I'm going to grab a couple of cotton pads. These are just the Primark ones, 50p, and you get 120 pads. So yeah, I like these. And the thing I like about these, like when I'm doing manicures and things like that, they don't tend to molt, if that makes sense. You don't end up with a load of cotton fluff everywhere. So my skin's feeling nice and smooth. Please remember to keep your hands clean while doing any kind of face stuff. And I'm going to take the rebalancing toner out of the set. And this just says after cleansing. Oh, this one says while the face is still damp, using a damp cotton wool. Okay, so apparently this one you have to apply to a still slightly damp face. So let's just damp my face down again. Just going to take the flannel and just, doesn't want to be too wet. Just add a little bit more moisture back onto my face. Then I'm going to take a clean cotton pad. And what I do when I do toner, I use a cotton pad per section. So I'll use one for this part, one for this part, and then one for my T-zone. So I'm just going to apply a little bit to a cotton pad. Brush. Start with like my neck, my jawline. Brush up. Careful around your eye area. And you should have a clean pad, obviously, because you've cleansed everything like that. This is more just hygiene wise, the reason that I use more than one cotton pad. Obviously you don't have to do this. And as I said, your neck is where you put your makeup, so it's where you put your skincare. And then one final cotton pad. Don't use as much product on this one, obviously, because it's only the top. Okay, there we go. So I have now used all of the cleansing and skincare. When I say skincare, I mean like cleansing scrubs, facial, face mask, things like that. Now I'm going to use my lotions and potions. But before I go in with the moisturizer, we are going to test out these, which these are, as I said before, the Salon System Beauty Boost Lip Masks, and they come in little sachets. So they look like this. Obviously one sachet is one treatment. You can squidge it about and really feel the serum in there. So it's just grab another one, drops that one on the floor. Just says carefully remove from the sachet, then apply, then simply place the Beauty Boost lip mask onto the lip area, leave for 10 to 15 minutes and gently massage in any remaining serum. So let's do that. Just be careful because, as I said, there is excess serum in here. And what I'm also going to do, because obviously probably not going to be able to talk that well once I've got this on, I'm going to put on some Garnier under eye tissue masks just to add some moisture back in. Okay, so the only thing I will say about these, because they are like a silicone material, they do slide about a little bit. They look good, they look funny, but they do slide about a little bit. So obviously you have to sort of sit, not move your lips or anything like that. So that is them. I don't think we'll really notice anything after the first try. I'll have to probably use all 3 treatments and then let you know. I'll use probably 1 a week, just to help. I mean, my lips do feel like they need some lip balm on, but they do feel nice and moisturised. Changed my mind. I didn't put any under eye Garnier under eye tissues because I realised I only put them on not last night, night before. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my overnight revitalising eye balm. But to start with, obviously we need some serum on the rest of our face. We need to put some moisture into this. So I'm going to use the Congested Skin Serum by Balance Me, which again is really good for oily skin and congestion. And I just use a tiny, because it goes such a long way, a tiny sort of pea size, and it does melt into the skin quite easily. Now I do change my serums up a little bit, but because I have been getting a little bit of breakout on my chin, obviously over Christmas I wore a lot of makeup, so I did have a little bit of congestion just on my chin, so I have been using that one. But ones that other ones that I like the number 7, this is just a little mini, the number 7 Protect and Perfect Advanced Serum, which is a really nice one. And then I also don't know where my other one is that I like, and I can't even remember the name of it, so if I remember I will link it down below. But yeah, I do like to switch up my serums depending on what my skin is like. But let's go ahead and put some of my under eye cream on. I just squeeze out a very, let's do it this way, very tiny amount. It's like a gel. I do have sensitive eyes, so I do have to be careful what I use around my eyes, and I'm actually using the wrong finger. I normally use my ring finger because it's the least amount of pressure, but I just tap this in all around my eyes, and it is a night eye cream, so it is a bit thicker. Obviously, as you could see, it was like a gel, so it does melt into the skin, but it is a bit thicker. And I'm not sure, but I do know some night products you can't use during the day because they react with the sunlight, so just be careful of that, just to keep yourself aware of that. And then before I go any further, I'm just going to use my Be Hydrated hyaluronic acid facial spritz, which I use all of the time. Which one smells really nice, and two, it's got hyaluronic acid in it, so it's really good. And then what I would normally do now, or not always, but what I would normally do is mix, no, that's toner, that's the wrong one. I would mix, if I was going to use an oil, I would mix my oil and moisturizer together and then apply it. But because we're trying this one out, I'm going to use just the moisturizer, because I know how my other products work. So obviously I want to try this out. So I do like to apply a good amount on a night time, because I tend to be a little less heavy-handed, or wear less during the day, obviously because I'm wearing it under my makeup, and I do wear an SPF and things like that, so I do like to put a bit more on, and I just like to bring it down my face, down my neck, ears. Okay, so it goes a very long way. Still blending out. But again, smells nice, so let's just leave that to settle into the skin for a minute. And then to finish everything off, I'm just going to go in with my Mint Carmex lip balm, which has got SPF 15, which I don't need SPF at the minute, it's 9 o'clock at night, but obviously I do need some lip balm on. When I first got this, I really wasn't sure, because when you apply it, it seems to get mintier. Like the first time I just wiped it off instantly because it was very, very strange, and I'd just clean my teeth, so it was like mint overload. But it is super moisturising. As you can see, my lips look nice and juicy. My skin looks glowy and fresh. That moisturiser is soaked in nicely. So as I said, I will upload this now, or as you've just watched it, and then I will just get out the water, and then I will do a keep you up to date. But what I will do, I'll use the cleanser, toner and moisturiser every single day, and then probably once a week I will do the exfoliator. Get rid of the cat. Use the exfoliator and the face mask, just for that extra boost. But look how glowy and healthy my skin is looking. First impressions, really impressed, really like the product, like the smell, not too overpowering. So we will see how I get on with these products. Morning everyone, I just wanted to add this little extra clip. Please excuse my tired eyes and everything. I really didn't want to get up this morning, but it is the next morning now after using the rebalancing system last night, and I haven't done anything to my skin at the minute. Not cleansed, moisturised, nothing like that. But normally, I'm awake. Normally, oh, Jessie Bear, hi baby. Normally, my forehead will be quite oily, looking quite shiny, but yes, it looks shiny but more glowy, like healthy glow. So on first impressions, I am quite impressed. The moisturiser isn't quite, ow, I've got a playful cat this morning. The moisturiser isn't quite as moisturising as I would normally use on an evening, but then obviously I didn't use my oil, which I suppose if it's not too moisturising I can use my oil more. Come on, let go. But yeah, so like I said, on first impressions, I do really like it. To keep up to date with what I think, head over to my Instagram, because I will create like a story highlights to keep you updated with everything. Yes baby. And remember to subscribe, because I'm going to be doing more skincare and makeup videos, but definitely focusing on skincare a little bit more this year, and focusing on my cat because apparently she wants attention. So yeah, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Remember to go check out some of this. Like I said, they do it in plenty of different types. They do calming, hydrating and rebalancing in this kind of gift set formula, but they also do plenty of add-on products as well, so go check that out, and I will see you all next time. Bye.